Here we go. My AFC, NFC playoff, all in, hold me to it, 2016 NFL predictions. Let's start in the AFC East and work our way down. This is a fairly predictable division. I would say the most predictable division. The Patriots win it. There's 3 also-rans. The Jets are the one team in the National Football League where I'm assuming they will get Ryan Fitzpatrick at some point in the next 6 weeks. This is the one team in the league I'm going to make an assumption at quarterback that the Jets eventually will get this Ryan Fitzpatrick deal done. The Patriots remain steadiest, most predictable winner in the NFL. Let's now move to the AFC North, where I am predicting the Pittsburgh Steelers win the division, the Bengals and Ravens 8-8, and the Browns are a grease fire. The Steelers and Bengals on top, but I believe the Bengals window is closing. Offensive coordinator leaves. 2 wide receiving targets leave. Tight end won't be healthy to start the season, and a very, very difficult schedule. Steelers make the playoffs. Nobody else in that division does. Let's go to the AFC South, where the Titans will be the most improved team in the league from 2 wins to 8. The Jags improving as well. But Andrew Luck has the Colts back on top. Fairly workable schedule. I think he has an MVP level year. The best quarterback generally wins his respective division. Brady in the AFC East, Big Ben in the AFC North, and Andrew Luck in the AFC South. Here's where it gets interesting. I have the Raiders in the AFC West. They return to glory. The Broncos, too much offseason noise and losses, fall off a cliff. The Raiders will win the division at 10-6. The Chiefs will be a wild card team with a steady Andy Reid and Alex Smith at 9-7, followed by the Broncos and the Jags. Now let's go to the NFC, and I'll wrap this all up in 5 minutes. Let's go to the NFC at the top. The Dallas Cowboys, when healthy, have the best quarterback in the division. Tony Romo, offensive line, Ezekiel Elliott, stability returns. Don't forget the Cowboys, before Romo's injury, were a playoff elite team the year before, getting jobbed on a call in Green Bay or would have advanced. The Giants, the Redskins, and the Eagles rounded out. I think Philadelphia is an absolute mess. The NFC North, I think the Packers, I love their schedule. Jordy Nelson returns. There's some heat on Mike McCarthy and Aaron Rodgers for the first time despite excellent records the last several years. The Vikings are a good team. They'll make the playoffs as a wild card, although I do think Teddy Bridgewater has a fairly low ceiling. Bears and Lions round it out. In the NFC South, I think the Panthers are going to be, by and large, the best team in football for a majority of the year. Cam's maturity, a great defense, excellent personnel, and a softer-than-average schedule have the Panthers as a number 1 seed. I think the Saints, the Bucks, and the Falcons are all pretty even. And maybe the best division in football, maybe the NFC West. I have the Cardinals and the Seahawks, both playoff teams, tying, but Seattle is the wild card team. I think the Rams improved. They found their quarterback, Jared Goff. The Niners, you know I love Chip Kelly. They are a year away and a quarterback away, and the Niners have the toughest schedule in the NFL. So now let's look, line them up, archive them, do whatever you got to do, hold me to it. I think here are the playoff teams. In the AFC, the Colts are a 1 seed, the Patriots a 2, Raiders host a playoff game, Steelers 4, Chiefs and Jets, both playoff teams at 9-7. Again, I have the Bengals window closing. I had it closing last year. They've lost a very good offensive coordinator, 2 wide receiver targets. They have a very, very tough schedule, and right now, a little heat on Mike Tomlin. I think it's a good year for the Steelers. I also don't buy the Houston Texans, who snuck in last year. I don't buy the Brock Osweiler thing. In the NFC, Packers, Panthers tie for the top seed. They'll both be 13-3. Cardinals, Cowboys, Seahawks, and Vikings. I think this comes down to the last weekend. I think the NFC is the superior conference, to the AFC. I don't have the Redskins, last year a playoff team, in. Here's why. Washington won a Week 17 game to make it in. Tony Romo was out. Philadelphia couldn't be worse. They had a mutiny in the locker room. That division gets better. Washington's schedule gets tougher. I think the Giants and the Saints go down to the last weekend, along with the Bucs, Falcons, Rams, and Washington, and miss out on the playoffs. So there you go.